Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hi. So this is our first podcast, and
Yes.
Today,
we will gonna talk about unsa to partner.
Globalization of aquaculture in the Philippines and its integration in the global chains. So, mo to siya amo ang istorya karon na adlaw.
And you will know, of course, what is aquaculture later, and
Yes.
unsa ba tong mga major products na gina-produce here sa Philippines, of course, globally. And yeah, without further ado, let us introduce ourselves muna. The eyes.
excited. Yeah.
Nakalimutan.
Oh, nalimtan. I am Sunshine, guys, and this the beautiful lady beside me is
Hi, guys. I'm Lorraine.
she's Lorraine, y'all. And now, what is aquaculture nga ba? Okay, so
But before tana partner kay istoryan sa giro na to ang Philippines.
so ano bang meron sa Philippines partner?
So the Philippines, basically our country, archipelagic island surrounded by the bodies of water consists of 7,641 islands, as well as we are, the country, the Philippines, divided into three. Unsa man daw to partner?
The Luzon, the Visayas, and my very own homeland, y'all guys. I'm from here, the Mindanao.
So, the Luzon, Mindanao, the two biggest island of the Philippines. So, being surrounded by the bodies of water, we are fortunate to have a rich fisheries and as well as major fishing grounds. So, mo na siya tong highlight sa karon na adlaw.
And basically, guys, our listeners, basically, when we talk about aquaculture, according to Food and Agriculture, Food Organization, FOA. Okay, according to FOA, guys, nakalimot ko siyang meaning. But according to FOA, aquaculture is basically a farming of aquatic organisms or marine organisms, such as here in Philippines, we are very rich with tilapia, seaweeds, and we also have bangus, right?
Yes, our
Bangus.
national fish.
Bangus is our national fish. Hindi nyo yan alam. At least ngayon, alam nyo na. Okay. And yeah, and also, we have, when we speak about this aquaculture, especially fishes, guys, we have three aspects. We have native, native, we have non-native, and also the endemic. So, non-native, guys, is yun yung mga harmful fishes. I know, no, it's not harmful fishes, but those are fishes na hindi galing dito sa Philippines, came from other countries, pero sila yung mga non-native intrusive. Sila yung mga nagbibigay ng harm,
Yeah.
being harmful to the environment. So, example nito is halwan or haluan in Tagalog. If nakadungog mo ng halwan, because halwan is very famous sa mua, especially itong bata pa mi.
Yeah. Kinadakop na mo na sa unang partner.
sa kanal.
Yes, sa kanal.
Oo, guys, kung kanal era, until now, kanal pa rin. Okay, so, dakop na siya. And actually, di ba mo ano na siya sa ilalong?
Sa yuta.
Ano na siya sa ilalong sa yuta, sa mga lapok, yun na siya, guys. Actually, ano siya. And very, na siya, harmful na siya sa other organisms also. And we have, bago siya ang non-native intrusive. And dapat na ikaduha, which is non-native but not intrusive. So, these, kay mga organisms, dili sila gikan here sa Philippines, but dili sila harmful sa to ang environment, right, partner? And kaning mga example kay we have tilapia. Actually, tilapia is not here from Philippines. Na siya specific kanang genus or na siya specific species na tilapia nga dili gikan here sa Philippines. And we have catfish
But actually, naputay catfish na, which is ma-relate na ko sa katulong aspect, na muna sila ang, ano ngayon tawag? The endemic. O sige, partner.
Or exotic?
Endemic. Yeah, exotic. Usa ng endemic, partner? Can you define me what's endemic?
Siguro endemic is kanang
Sige. Alam ko, nag-study ba si partner? So, endemic, guys. Endemic, guys, is muna siya endemic siya na ng lugar. Meaning, dara lang din siya makita.
Yeah.
Yes. Dili siya makita sa other places.
Lugar. Yeah.
Wala ang endemic. And here sa Philippines, of course, tayo mga aquatic organisms na dili makita sa other places but can be seen only here in the Philippines. And mo to siya tong ginayon ako nga na ay specific catfish or pantat. You know what's pantat? Lami na guys.
Lami na siya ginaprito, partner.
Ginaprito daw. Bakit ko tilang pantat pero lami na ng pantat. And mo na siya sa Manila catfish, if I'm right. I'm gonna just here, think like that. Here sa gilid, yan. Na mo na siya ang specific species na kanang endemic only here in Philippines. Okay, let's go back to our topic.
Layo na kay ta, partner.
Layo na punta sa topic.
Anak ta.
Okay, let's go back to Hi guys, we're back. Okay. Hi guys.
Nag-change the location, partner. Ano gani?
Yes, because ngit-ngit na kayo sa gawas, guys. And saba kayong iro. So, to avoid those stuff, nag-change my location here. And hopefully, we can talk na, partner.
We can talk in peace na, partner.
Yes, in peace. In peace without interruption. Okay, so let's continue what we've talked earlier, partner. And we talk about
aquaculture.
Yes, aquaculture. We define aquaculture and we gave examples about species na gina-produce here sa Philippines about the topic, aquaculture itself. And right now, partner, we will talk about, in continuation, we will relate the aquaculture and globalization. So here in the world na lang. So, in the world, partner, the top 5 that produce the largest aquaculture first is China. China, and we know, guys,
China, grabe.
China is China. China without business is not
China.
Yeah. And when it comes to capital, guys, it comes to money, businesses, stuff like that. China jud na number 1 jud ang China always, partner, no. And in aquaculture, China put ang number 1 nag-produce og mga what do you call that? In marine environments na kanang consume nato. And isa po sa reason nganong number 1 sila. Kaya because as I've read, partner, daw nga 20,000 years, like siguro mga BC pa, ang China kay gina-practice na nila ang culture of mga aquatic organisms. Kay kung kabante ka, partner, isa silang mga cuisine na kanang kaon is hilig silang mga fishes, di ba? Silang mga kinilaw, mga raw foods, like Chinese, Japanese, those people, hilig silang mga inganang food, right?
Yes.
And
magita po na ko sa mga drama na akong ginatanaw, partner.
Yes, sa mga drama dyan, di ba? Mainly drama. Hindi na mawala ang kanang fish cuisine sila, aquatic cuisine. Okay. And so ang Chinese hiligi sila mga cuisine na mga fishes ganon. And also nahilig pud sila og kanang ato as I said kanina na naga-produce gid sila og kanang mga aquatic
organisms.
Organisms, guys, not environment. And aside from China, we have Indonesia, Vietnam, India, and Bangladesh. Okay, so those are the top 5 here in the world that produces the largest aquatic organisms. And also, aside from China, of course, Philippines produces too. You know what I'm saying, guys? So Philippines produces food, guys, and we have here, ano nga yun? Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, Philippines is one of the country nga nag-produce food o kanang largest aquatic organisms and largest aquaculture. And here in Philippines, ang sa ganito ang mga common partner nato ang
Mga
gina-produce nato there.
sa kunebalan partner kay mga tilapia.
Tilapia is good. And tilapia. We also have seaweeds. And isa
Moose.
Bangus. Ganina na to sa lagi na mention. Sugod pa lang, di ba nga? Mao gina sila ang mga top
products. Aquaculture products.
Mga environment organism na gina-produce here sa ato ang country. And we have the what do you call that? Philippines. Yes, and as I've mentioned, naapod ang Indonesia. Vietnam. Kanina, di ba, nag-mention po ko na nila. And we have also Myanmar and Thailand. Okay, those are the countries. The top 5 here nag-produce og mga kanang aquaculture products. Yes. Okay. And of course, when it comes to technology, di ba?
Yeah. So, napansin ako, partner, no, is ang aquaculture sa Philippines is naga-expanded siya. It's because the aquaculture in the Philippines was driven by innovations of fish farming technology, such as RAS, or the circulating aquaculture system. So, ang RAS is a method of raising fish in a controlled indoor environment by filtering and reusing water. So, by that, naga-thrive ang fish sa kana na environment. So, naga-improve sila sa mga feed formulations. So, siguro ginakuha nila ang formulation sa pagkaon sa fish because so sila makatipid and para ang fish is siya kanang in case ang fish is prone siya sa diseases siya kanang say tawag na partner kanang
partner protected.
Protected siya against sa mga diseases, di ba?
Yes, and since fish is also a living organism. And right now, I mean, wala man siguro tao partner nga dili nagkakaon ng isda or wala pa jud kakaon isda sa ilang life. Naaman lang, pipila lang siguro.
Uban partner ka ng mga silang religion.
Okay. Nga bawal magkaon og probably sila pong diet nga bawal magkaon og isda. But actually, fish is grabe makahatag og protein. Number 1 source of protein. Kaya na siya meat. And, of course, healthy gid siya. Ang fish. And also, partner, na-mention ako ganina na sa Philippines, kay, isa diba siya sa mga nag-produce o ganang largest country. The country that produced one of the countries that produced the largest aquaculture products. And ang reason po anong kanang daghan kaayo gina-produce ang Philippines or nganong rich sila na kay the island itself or ato ang lugar mismo, di ba? Kay grabe, daghang kitag islands, daghang kitag aquatic environments, guys.
Sa ganito ka Book Islands?
7,000?
Yeah, 7,641 islands.
7,000.
So, di na to matingala.
Nga nung daghan tag gina-produce diri. And daghan tag endemic na
Species.
species here in the Philippines. Aside from that, tapos yung mga non-native and non-native harmful and native harmful, non-native harmful and non-native non-harmful, okay, na mga fishes, yes. And segment 3, partner.
So, when it comes to job creation partner, no, Philippine Aquaculture Jud is naga-provide jud siya, jobs to millions of Filipinos. So, there are two employment, which are direct employment and indirect employment. So, naka-idea na partner, what is direct employment?
Maybe partner, direct employment is someone nga directly na related or like direct, like for example, they are the business owners when it comes of producing aquaculture products like that.
Yeah,
Or like
tama ka partner.
the farmer itself.
Yeah.
And indirect employment is maybe the one who shapes, ganon. I don't know, or export. I'm right, partner? Yeah, export din.
Na partner pwede na. So, kung may tag direct employment partner is mo to siyang mga work nga related jud sa aquaculture, such as fish farms, mga hatcheries, and as well as processing plants. So kana nga employment is nagahatag siya jobs to millions of Filipinos, di ba?
Yes.
Unsa tong ikaduha partner?
Indirect employment.
So,
Direct employment mo na siya mga job opportunities nga dili siya totally related jud sa aquaculture but somehow or in some aspects is makonect siya. Makonect siya sa aquaculture. So mga transportation, mga retail support services.
Wala sila ang indirect employment.
Yes, partner. So, aquaculture sector, nag-offer yung siya jobs to, millions of Filipino people in various skill levels. From farm workers to technical experts, so transportation and managers. Diba, dili sila totally related jud, but somehow, connected siya because of Philippine aquaculture. So, second point is ang rural employment partner.
Rural areas, guys.
Yes.
Just like mga provinces, gano'n. Mga bukid-bukid, gano'n.
So, rural employment, ma-relate siya sa aquaculture because aquaculture plays a crucial role in rural areas where ang aquaculture nagakuha og source of income ang mga local farmers, diba? Local communities, mga alahang fish farming, mo nilahang livelihood, mga small scale farmers nga nagarely lang sa coastal o mga freshwater resources, partner.
And aside from that, partner, as we can notice here in our country, actually katong gipang mention mo kanina, nag-exist gito siya sa different countries also. And here, di ba, naman dyan sila yung mga direct and indirect employees doon. Employment. And here po sa tong country, right, naputi yung ana. And as we can notice, it's not bashing our country, ha. Pero, here man good sa atong here sa Philippines. Here sa Philippines, usually, farmers, fishers, okay, particularly fishers,
kung baga, nag-rely, as you've said, nag-rely sila sa coastal areas, which is, maupod ang reason nga nung hinay ilang income. Diba? Compared sa kanang dawan, na katong mga dagko, dinagko, na sila yung mga barko, na gina-provide the fish. Except lang, I mean, compared sa katong mga ginagmay lang na sila gid mismo, diba? Nag-aadto gid sila dagat. Siguro sa laragan ni isa, nagapamingwit, or it's not pamingwit. I don't know the exact term, but kanang ginahulog nimo ang net.
Net, yeah.
Yes. I forget the term in Bisaya. Wag mo ko sa English. Actually, pero kana siya, bas mangisda, guys. Mangisda. Nakanang sila gid mismo mangisda and wala sila kauban, nga mga lounge sila. And mao po na ang reason nganong makita nato no nga mas dagko jud income tong mga dagko pud ang ilahang mga gamit, like ilang technology itself, mga gina-use nila is very very kanang kumbaga updated na ba? Sige, tawag ng other term for updated partner. Something like that. Okay, nga na ang point. Tapos ang compared sa katong mano-mano gani, kanang manual jud, ana. And also partner, kung dili lang dito sa Philippines when it comes to employment, no? Actually sa other countries, especially to mga dinagko na countries such as I mentioned kanina no na
China,
yes, they produce very massive, very huge, massive na kanang agriculture products. And syempre, ilang technology partner. Grabe na po.
Very advanced, yeah.
Advanced kaayo po, no? Kay dili man pwede nga magstay sila sa mano-mano lang. May ato, kung gusto sila mag-improve, yes. And advanced yun ilahang ginagamit ng mga equipment or tools. And also, katong mga countries nga na-mention ako kanina, no, na kanang top 5 sa top 5. There sa Tibo Kalibutan, nag-produce. And ang China, aside from daghan yung aquatic resources ang China, dindot po ilahang kanang mga tools, advanced with ang tools. Though yes, kita daghan tag aquatic resources, but sadly ato ang equipment dili nga naka-advance.
Yes, limited pa lang.
Yeah, limited pa lang. And napatay mga fishermen na kanang sila lang jud, like kanang ilang ginang source of income directly na ginabaligya lang nila sa palengke, ingana ang ilang pag-distribute sa ilahang nakuha nga fishes, mga aquatic organisms na pwede nila i-baligya. And also partner, aside from that, maybe because of lack of capital, yang isa po na sa challenges sa itong mga fishers na kanong nagstay po sila dira ang kanaganing kumbaga sige kanina lang sa ako ang buhaton mangisda lang kung ingani nga way because probably lack of capital, the financial status, diba? Kay kung gusto business nga didagko, of course,
kailangan yung
ako po na kapital. Ingana.
So when it comes to facing environmental concern and labor practices partner no in Philippine aquaculture is naagihapon siya karon, evident gihapon siya. For example, ani is overfishing. So naka-idea na partner?
Yes, overfishing is something na kanang dili na soblaan na.
Yeah.
Soblaan na
The word itself. Overfishing.
Yes.
So kung taas ang demand partner, syempre, daghan nila ang kailangan nga fishes. So, in order for them to accumulate those fishes, nagkuhan sila og overfishing. And mao na ang reason. Isa na sa environmental concern nga gina-face sa Philippine aquaculture.
Exactly, partner. And right now, it is very, visible
Yeah.
ang overfishing. And in fact, there are people, partner, no, naginaguba po nila ang aquatic, you call that?
Habitat?
Yes, aquatic habitat, like coral reefs. Atong bomba-bomba, di ba? Naman sa nga to.
Dynamite fishing,
Yeah,
partner.
dynamite fishing.
So, kana siya ng mga practices, partner, no, is gina-threaten jud niya ang marine ecosystems and as well as gina-disrupt niya ang food chains in marine ecosystem.
That would affect our aquaculture.
Yes, partner, kay of course, wala na yung mga habitat ang uban fishes na kailangan nato, di ba? So, asa na sila?
Sana sila yung country partner.
Bumalik na sila. Bumalik na sila.
If the fish, kung wala sila habitat, mangita na sila bagong habitat in order to survive because it's part of life, di ba? We have to adapt.
So, when it comes to, na po, partner, sa labor practices, kay mga many aquaculture workers yun no is kulang silang training mao yun na.
Training. Why, partner?
Maybe because kay sa kanang lugar is dili sila abot sa gobyerno or kulang og
equipment like that.
Kanang kulang og
like sa rural areas, ganon.
Yeah, pero partner kanang sila siguro dili sila abot sa gobyerno and kulang ka na ganing maghatag og seminar ang government.
Workshop for proper fishing.
Yes, ana partner, isa na. So,
and maybe wala sila kabalo, they thought nga nag-fish lang sila but actually they are disrupting the habitat itself and partner? Siguro maybe paglabay yung mga chemicals like that.
Isa po na siya partner.
Para masupadili yung fish but dili rin siya maayo for the fishes and magba jud. Disrupt jud. Diba?
Kay dili lamang good ka na siya nga fish ang maapektuhan na gusto nimo madakpan but also ang katong other species nga narito is also maapektuhan pod partner dili lang kato.
Yes. And aside from that partner, diba? We talk about the environmental concerns, right? About aquaculture and also the labor practices na kulang lagi.
Kulang sila
training symposiums. Especially sa atong mga local farmers na naa sa mga rural areas. And also, partner, we have the effect of global trade. Diba? Kasi we talk about, diba, we are talking, kanang, tawag ani? What do you call that? Globalization and aquaculture. Of course, this aquaculture partner, naagi siya yung effect globally. And especially sa global trade. Kaya mo gini siya, why do we culture, diba? Because para maka-produce ng product. And that product kay mo na ni atong living organism which is atong fishes, marine environments na mga organisms. And globally, they affect, diba, the trade kay especially every country jud partner. Gusto gina sila, every country, especially cold countries, diba, naga-import na sila og mga fishes. Na among mga countries na dili available ang fishes, kana nga certain fishes, certain aquatic species sa ilaha. So they import, and also if isa ka country reach ana nga kanang what do you call that? Aquatic organism, gina-export po na nila. And ang main example na is the black shrimp. Sa to other black mamba shrimp or black shrimp. Yan na ako. More release na siya there. I forgot the term, but yeah, that, certain shrimp, kay kanang, mo na ang major gina-produce po, isa sa major gina-produce sa Philippines. And if daghan mo ana, nga product, of course, gina-export ninyo in order to gain a profit, right? And globally, aside from that, dira na po nagka-connect ang isa na sa reason po nganong na globalization, di ba? Kaya nagka-connect lang gihapon ang each countries for that certain resources. Yes. And aside from that partner, we're talking about kanina gani, di ba nag-talk ta about environmental concerns,
Labor practices,
then global trade, and right now, the job creation. Yes, because na-mention kanina na kaning ato ang aquatic culture. Diba naagi ni mga, diba tong direct and indirect employment. Yes, that's one of job creation, diba? Because through this aquatic culture, medyo siya tao. And manpower, exactly, manpower. Need siya of manpower, and that would create a job opportunity. Yes, for people. And aside from that, maka-create mo siya og business opportunity for businessmen. And to recap of what we've discussed kanina, of course, we define what is
aquaculture,
its importance. We gave examples. What are those primary organisms, species na gina-produce sa Philippines? And what are those nga, partner? They are
bangus, tilapia, seaweeds, shrimps.
Okay, so those are the major aquatic organisms products that we produce here in our country. And next, of course, we discussed about the indirect employment.
Yeah.
Right? Yes,
the two employments.
The globalization of aquaculture, which is naana siya dira itong mga
technology.
Yes, the importance of technology sa ato ang fisheries, diba? Sa ato ang kumbaga labor fisheries. And also, we've discussed about the employment, to labor, employment, nag-discuss ta ato, and the importance of having advanced jud na mga technologies for that, diba? And ang capitalization po, no? And ang profit, and those countries na kanang jud like sila ang top 5, the most largest na nag-produce og aquatic
products.
Yes. And lastly, dapat ito mga ipag-discuss, partner,
innovations, mga innovations in sustainable aquaculture, partner.
Innovations in sustainable aquaculture, yes, which can be a very big help, Jude. And also, when we purchase before we end this, yes, when we purchase kanang mga aquatic products, yes, foods, fishes, mga ganun, very important. Labi nagdinag ko na siyang kanang business, or like even sa certain countries, very important nga naa sila ASC o MSc certificate.
Sa na, partner?
Ang ASC o MSc certificate, mao na sila ang mga nagapatunay or naga-prove na kada imong ginapalit or gina-consume na aquaculture nga kanang organisms kay safe na sila, and they were really produced kanang tawag kanang nag-produce sila as di na ko makuha ang term, pero safe sila to consume, okay? And also walay kumbaga, walay mga ginabuhat na mga organisms na maka-harm sa ilaha in order to to get them from the sea. To fish them from the sea. My English is not Englishing. Okay, so yeah. And
So, partner, na ko'y ipakita nga video expert siya sa when it comes to fisheries and aquatic resources. So, nag-work siya sa BFAR 11
asa na, partner?
sa siya sa Santa Ana.
What's the meaning this before?
Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, partner.
Actually, she's an expert. She's an expert in that field, especially in aquatic aquaculture, kaning nga topic. So, later, before we end this, you will see a video and this will give you a further information about our aquaculture here in the Philippines.
Yes.
I hope you've learned, guys. We did our best. We did our best for this podcast. And yeah, I hope you also what? Nalingaw mo. Okay. And that's it, I guess.
Thank you, partner.
Thank you, partner. We survive. We survive ang mga beautiful ladies na to. Okay, so that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And see you.
God bless.
See you soon. If we see you. Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Christy from BFAR 11 and today we're going to dive into the fascinating world of aquaculture, particularly the globalization of the industry and how the Philippines is making its mark on the global stage. The Philippines is one of the world's top producers of aquaculture products. As of 2022, we are among the top 7 aquaculture producers globally. The country ranks as the 4th largest producer of seaweed. This positions the Philippines as a significant player in the global aquaculture industry, particularly in seaweed production. With our rich aquatic resources, we have all the natural advantages to succeed. Aquaculture contributes significantly to our national economy, with the sector making up about 53% of the country's total fish production as of 2023. Products like milkfish, tilapia, shrimp, and seaweed are staples in our domestic market and are increasingly sought after internationally. While globalization offers us access to larger markets, it also raises the bar in terms of competition and standards. Countries like China and Vietnam, for instance, are dominating the global aquaculture trade with high-tech practices and efficient systems. So where does the Philippines fit into this picture? Let's talk about opportunities first. Global demand for seafood is skyrocketing, driven by dietary shifts and sustainability concerns. Filipino aquaculture producers have the chance to tap into this demand, especially for premium products like organically grown shrimp and processed seaweed. However, to do so, we need to meet stringent international requirements for quality, sustainability, and traceability. Thankfully, we're already taking steps in this direction. Programs like the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Good Aquaculture Practices Certification are helping producers adopt eco-friendly and globally accepted standards. Currently, the priority strategies of the government also aim at improving the aquaculture production in the country through expanding and improving available agri-fishery areas to increase aquaculture production and mechanize and modernize fishery production systems by establishing legislated hatcheries and use of offshore seaweed farming using circular cages. We also aim to operationalize the Broodstock Multiplication Center for shrimp. However, we also do face challenges. Infrastructure gaps, particularly in cold storage and logistics, still hamper the quality of our exports. Small-scale aquaculture farmers, who form the backbone of our industry, often have limited access to modern technology. This is where public-private partnerships and government initiatives come into play. Investments in digital monitoring tools and automated farming systems can significantly enhance production efficiency and reduce post-harvest losses. The government also pushes for the use of advanced aquaculture equipment and renewable energy to intensify farming. In the lens of sustainability, the Philippines has a unique advantage here. Our community-based aquaculture practices are naturally inclined towards sustainability. By amplifying these practices and scaling them up with modern technology, we can create a model that balances economic growth with environmental responsibility. With collaboration between government, the private sector, and local communities, we can be the leader in sustainable and innovative seafood production. Hence, let us continue to explore ways to uplift our aquaculture industry and make it thrive in the global market.